Hi guys, this is Shoshanah Shear on the front end of the video again. I do have one of the pieces of my art up, so I'm not ignoring my art completely. We have a lot on the go right now, as you'll see chatted about a little bit in the video. First we have an unboxing followed by a little bit of nature, and I'll talk a little bit more as to what's on the go. Before I delay it too much with chatting, let's jump into it, do the unboxing, and we'll see you on the other side. Hi there, this is Shoshanah Shear. We have a unboxing to do again today. I've ordered a few of my books from Amazon, and it's kind of amusing that they've all come in their own packages. So there's the pair of scissors ready. Let's open them up and take a look at what they look like. So here we are. I've opened up the ends of each of these packages. The first of the packages has my book, Bloom and Grow, 30 Days of Progress. I was concerned to see whether, or interested to see how the cover came out, because it's a little bit insipid on the thumbnail, but I think I quite like it. It's supposed to be soft and all about growth. The image continues on the back with more leaves and leaves here that have got some hearts, if you pay attention, and some more growth taking place up at the top. And inside the book, of course, there's this book belongs to some pages that are for just writing, and each of them has that same growth at the bottom. Here begins the first of the 30-day challenge, and you can write whatever the date and write what your challenge is. Obviously there's more space to write, to do some journaling on each of the days. Most of the book is left up to the person to add in what it is that they're working on and what it is that they want to be journaling, how they're progressing through the day. I myself have a 30-day challenge, so I think I'm going to use this and decide at the end of using it whether I have anything else, lessons learned at the end of it, resources found along the journey. I think I have a few other thoughts, a few other prompts at the end. I'm going to be using this journal and coming back to let you know what I think of the journal, whether I'll be adding or changing any pages as I go along, if I find a need for it. So there might be. And if you happen to be watching this little video and you have a need or a thought of something you'd like to see added into a 30-day challenge workbook or notebook or journal, then let me know. Let me know how much formatting, how much writing prompts you would like to see. Let's move on to the next book, which is, as far as my own book. I've been doing quite a bit of editing and rewriting and fixing up some of this book, so I wanted to read it and make sure that all the changes I made have gone through correctly in the PDF. So that's some work for me to be doing. Perhaps part of the 30-day challenge. I'll see how I progress. And now for the last one. A little bit difficult to get it out one-handed, so excuse me. See? Okay, so now we have Active and Passive Income Tracker and Journal. So I myself am working on doing a combination of both active and passive income. So I partly created it for myself. I quite like that cover, actually. It's nice and soft, and let me know what you think. Here's, again, this book belongs to. Here we have some pages for tracking and recording various details related to the income. I don't know whether I should have put active income over here. Let me know what you think. Passive income over there. On each of the sections, we've got this divided to be for 3 months, I think I did it as. I have to go through and see. I'll be using this myself as well, so deciding whether I'll be changing any of the pages. So each of them has daily overview and notes, daily planner notes. What's the difference? I'll be working through to decide whether I agree with having put that in. What else do we have in this? At the back, I have more notes, lessons learned. Whoops, you can't see that. There we go. Notes, lessons learned. Little graphic just to give some interest. What else do we have after the lessons learned? Adjustments to make. So ideas as to whether the passive income working, the active income's working, what one needs to work on. Contacts found along the way. Resources, and that's it. So that's another book that I'm going to be working through. I have to decide which I'll be working through first or whether I'll do them in conjunction, and those are my 3 books that have just arrived. If you have any workbooks or journals you'd like, I'm playing around also with the difference of the size. You can see that the active and passive income is larger than the 30-day progress, 30 days of progress. So I'll be deciding which size journal that I prefer. Those are my books for today. Let me know what you think of them. If you have any comments, I hope that this video has come out clearly enough for you to be able to see it. And let's get that up and get perhaps returning a little bit to doing some of my YouTube videos. I hope you enjoyed watching those books. I'm sorry I didn't show the top end of all of the pages. I have a little bit of proofreading and editing that I need to do of both of the journals. The book, Healing Your Life Through Activity, I have about 30 pages left to read, and then I'm hoping that it'll be good enough to be able to put it back up and start promoting once more. The journals that I've created are partly, as I say, for my own process, but a little bit of tweaking required, and I'll be using those journals in order to help me to polish them some more. So we've kind of been busy bees, and there's more books on the go. It's not only my books. My mother's got another book coming out in the Lizzy Sinclair series. It's the 3rd book in the series, and that's kind of exciting. A Very Brave Girl, which was the first book that went up, is starting to get a little bit of interest. The second one is Return to Oakwood, so we're looking forward to bringing out that 3rd one. And talking about busy bees, on one of our walks recently, we came across a lot of bees, and it's very interesting to watch them. It's kind of calming. It's very soothing to watch them busily around. I tried expanding the screen a little bit. I don't take my reflex camera out at the moment too much while we go out on just a regular walk. Probably should get back into doing that and try and do some macro photography, which I very much enjoy. But I tried playing with the screen on the camera phone and discovered that it's possible to zoom in a little bit more on these little creatures. So here you'll see another photograph of one of the bees. I did take a couple of others, but I've got to find where those photographs are somewhere on my camera. And then those 2 images were taken a few days ago, and then today out on a walk we saw a different type of, is it a bee or is it a wasp? We're not too sure. It's very much larger. First hid around the back of the flower, and then I was able to get a nice photograph of the this larger black bee or wasp on the lavender and zooming it in, you can see it a whole lot more clearly, or cropping that zoomed in image. You can see it a whole lot more clearly. Something that's really interesting about bees is that there are actually 20,000 different species. Did you know that? There's so many different bees around. It shows the variety and the abundance in nature if you bother to stop for long enough to pay attention to all these different details. Next on our walk, we noticed a number of fascinating items, and they really could become talking pieces in a story or a poem. I wonder what you would write if you were to put these all together. We considered perhaps doing a series of what we found on our walks. Mostly we're focusing on the nature part. The first item is a chess piece. Then we found an interesting charm. I hope it wasn't dropped by some little child, but I wouldn't know how to find that child or who it belongs to. Then we saw a shell, and then, appropriate for the time of the year, being coming up to Yom Ha'atzmaut, there was a mini flag, perhaps a sticker, or don't know what these mini flags are of Israeli flags. First we saw it in one position, then we went a little bit further, and there was one hidden behind a plant, and then a number scattered. And as we walked on further, and we were trying to consider how it's possible to photograph some lavender that was cascading down a wall, I tried going up the stairs and took some photographs, and then I tried from another angle, and there we saw another Israeli flag. Coming up to Yom Ha'atzmaut next week, so there are lots of flags out and about. It's really nice and happy to see all these different details as we go out for our daily walk. And I thought I'd just share a little bit more of nature. I hope you're enjoying the nature that I show at the ends of my videos. So in today's little video, again, we've got the unboxing, which of some of the books that have come in a little while ago. They're all in need of a little bit of tweaking. I'm nearly ready to bring that Healing Your Life Through Activity book back up and to promote it once more. I'll be very excited to do so. It's been quite a big job, quite a challenge, but I'm very glad that I've done this latest revision. The workbooks and journals that I have in mind, actually, I have a growing list of things to create. I'm learning a lot about formatting, focusing right now on using MS Word, which can be temperamental at times, but there's a lot to learn, and I'm hoping to master some of my formatting skills. So I hope to share more about the books that we have on the go, some of which are actually going to be including some of my art, I hope. With that, I wish you a very happy day, and I hope to be sharing more of my artist journey in future videos. Ciao for now.